Pradana with NPM 2341142 and Flow Management Class 23B. Here I will explain the material about sampling method and distribution. Introduction to sampling methods. Sampling is a colloquial statistical technique that allows research to analyze a subset of the population. This helps in drawing inference about the entire population by studying a smaller, manageable group. Sampling merupakan teknik penting dalam statistik yang memungkinkan peneliti menganalisis bagian kecil dari populasi untuk menarik kesimpulan tentang keseluruhan populasi. Instead of studying every individual, which can be costly and time-consuming, sampling offers an efficient solution. Sampling makes it possible to achieve results that are representative, even if we only examine a fraction of the entire population. Dengan sampling, kita bisa mendapatkan hasil yang representatif tanpa harus mempelajari setiap individu dalam populasi yang akan membutuhkan biaya dan waktu yang besar. Definition and terminology. Population, the entire group of individuals, even per item, that is the focus of our study. In sampling, the population is what we want to make inference about. Population adalah keseluruhan kelompok individu atau objek yang menjadi fokus studi kita dan ingin kita pahami karakternya. Sample. A smaller subset select from the population, representing it in a manageable way. Studying a sample provides insight that can be generalized to the large population. Sampel adalah bagian kecil dari populasi yang dipilih dan diharapkan dapat mewakilkan populasi dalam penelitian. Sampling, the act of selecting a sample from the population through various methods. The goal is to achieve a sample that is unbiased and accurately represents the population. Sampling adalah proses memilih sampel dari populasi dengan tujuan untuk mendapatkan hasil yang tidak biasa dan representatif. Simple random sampling. The first is equal probability. Every individual in the population has an equal chance of being included in the sample. This reduces the risk of bias and ensure that every individual has a fair chance of selection. Dalam simple random sampling, setiap individu dalam populasi memiliki kesempatan yang sama untuk terpilih, sehingga mengurangi risiko bias. The second is random selection. Random methods such as lottery drawing or random number generation are used to ensure the selection is unbiased. This technique is easy to implement but may require a large sample size to truly reflect the population. Pemilihan dilakukan dengan metode acak seperti undian atau penggunaan generator angka acak untuk memastikan proses seleksi tidak bias. And the third is representative sample. When conducted correctly, sample random sampling produces a sample that closely mirrors the population characteristic. This method is popular in research as it is straightforward and generally realizable. Dengan metode yang tepat, sample random sampling dapat menghasilkan sampel yang mencerminkan karakteristik populasi secara akurat. Systematic sampling. The first is defined interval. The process starts by selecting a random starting point, followed by choosing every individual. For instance, if K is 5, then every 5 person is the list in seleksi. Proses dimulai dengan memilih titik awal acak, lalu setiap anggota KK dipilih sebagai sampel. Second is regular pattern. This approach provides a structured pattern of selection that is often easier and faster to execute than random sampling. Is commonly used is by lines or production quality checks. Metode ini memberikan pola pemilihan yang terstruktur, seringkali lebih cepat dan mudah dibandingkan dengan random sampling. And the third is efficiency. Systematic sampling is efficient for large population as it requires less effort than random sampling. It is particularly practical when working with organisms or record. Systematic sampling lebih efisien untuk populasi besar karena membutuhkan lebih sedikit usaha dibandingkan random sampling. Stratified sampling, population division. In stratified sampling, the population is divided into subgroups based on their characteristics such as age, income, or education level. Each stratum is homogeneous in nature. Populasi dibagi subkelompok berdasarkan karakteristik tertentu, seperti usia atau tingkat pendidikan. Random sampling. After dividing the population, simple random sampling is conducted within its stratum. This ensures that each subgroup is proportionally responded in the sample. Setelah pembagian strata, dilakukan random sampling di dalam setiap strata. Enhance precision. Stratified sampling improves the precision of result by ensuring that each subgroup is adequately represented, which is especially usual when studying diverse population. Stratified sampling meningkatkan keakuratan hasil dengan memastikan bahwa setiap kelompok terwakili dengan baik. Cluster sampling, natural grouping into cluster. This population is divided into clusters, often based on geographical or natural groupings. Populasi dibagi menjadi cluster, seringkali berdasarkan kelompok alami atau geografis. Random selection of entire cluster. A random selection of cluster is made, and every individual within the selected cluster is included in the sample. This made it feasible for large-scale studies. Pilih beberapa cluster secara acak, kemudian seluruh anggota dalam cluster yang dipilih termasuk dalam sampel. Advantages in large population. Cluster sampling is cost effective and efficient for studying large, widely distributes population like national survey. Cluster sampling efektif dalam hal biaya dan efisiensi untuk populasi yang besar dan tersebar luas. Advantages and disadvantages of sampling methods. Cost effectiveness. Sampling is less expensive and time consuming than examining the entire population, making it suitable for large studies with limited resources. Sampling lebih hemat biaya dan waktu, cocok untuk studi besar dengan sumber daya terbatas. Feasibility. Sampling make it possible to analyze large population that are impractical to examine in their entirety. Sampling memungkinkan studi pada populasi besar yang sulit untuk diperiksa sepenuhnya. Sampling error. No sample can perfectly reflect a population, so there are always a risk of error in the conclusion drawn. Tidak ada sampel yang dapat mencerminkan populasi dengan sempurna. Selalu ada risiko error. Bias. Bias may be introduced if the sampling method is not carefully selected, impacting the accuracy of result. Risiko bias bisa terjadi jika metode sampling tidak dipilih dengan cermat. Conclusion and key takeaways. The first is understanding population. Sampling allows us to learn about a population characteristic efficiently, enabling better decision making based on data. Sampling memungkinkan kita mempelajari karakteristik populasi dengan lebih efisien. The second is method selection. Using an appropriate sampling method is critical to ensuring data reliability and relevance. Pemilihan metode sampling yang tepat sangat penting untuk memastikan kendala dan relevansi data. And the third is data analysis. Researchers can use sample data to make valid inference about the population. This making sampling essential in statistical analysis. Data sampel memungkinkan peneliti membuat inferensiasi tentang populasi, menjadikan sampling bagian penting dalam analisis statistik. So much material that I can convey. Please apologize if there is a mistake in the pronunciation of words. Thank you for watching until the end. I end. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.